market is deader than Larry King's Filofax or Piers Morgan's viewership. And as unfortunate occurrences go, at least for the industry, the consequences of this one lapse into the truly horrific. Perhaps first I should define what qualifies a middle market video game. Well, I think I picked up my last one around April of 2009 with the release of a game called Velvet Assassin. And really, that's apropos, as 2009 is also about when the industry slammed into the proverbial scheissberg in the first place. Since 2009, the number of middle market titles across all platforms has slowed to a trickle, and finally just straight up dried up like Olivia Munn's pussy around men who don't have connections in Hollywood. Some have opined that this may be due to the flagging fortunes of the modern industry at large, but I'd like to propose a humble theory of my own. I believe the waning profitability of modern gaming is due in no small part to the unceremonious execution of the middle market, people. Returning to the subject of Velvet Assassin for a moment, reasonable minds may differ on the actual quality of the game, which I personally fucking loved. It was certainly roasted alive by the gaming press upon release, so you'll find no shortage of allies. But one position I don't believe can be defended, at least not credibly, is the idea that the industry is better or more rich and varied due to the absence of games like Velvet Assassin. Even if you hold the belief that Velvet Assassin was a ripe mandrill turd, having a historically based atmospheric World War II stealth title on the market, or indeed any title that doesn't involve the capturing of flags or the streaking of kills, is a good thing for the overall health of the industry. The fact that Grand Theft Auto 5 can break every sales record ever set, and the industry can still be losing millions of dollars annually is, to me, irrefutable proof that there is a place for games like Risen or Gothic or Virtua Fighter, titles that perhaps lack the graphical and presentational panache of Gears of War or Last of Us, but whose more meager budgets and greater emphasis on quality of play or depth of content means they can only sell 900,000 units and still turn a respectable profit. Case in point, Hitman. The last halfway decent Hitman title, Blood Money, was a middle market title. It didn't have the mind-blowing graphics of, what was that at the time, Mass Effect or Uncharted? But as stealth titles go, very few could be considered any deeper. For all my frustration with Square Enix, I actually sympathize with their plight in this regard. Hitman had been a middle market title, but with the bottom falling out of that entire sector of the industry, their only two available choices with Hitman 5 were go big or go home. Rather than let Hitman molder in a roadside gulch, they browbeat an elegant stealth series into an overblown, insultingly easy Splinter Cell Conviction clone, and I suspect with money men breathing down their neck, there was probably no available alternative. Why is it vital that industry budgets find their median once more? In the day before, communing with the middle market entailed the use of a Ouija board, it actually performed a vital service for the industry. It allowed a rising developer, or even sometimes an established one, to release an ambitious title without being written off as indie, but without the expectation, pressure, or expense of some AAA shaky cam Michael Bay extravaganza. And here's the crucial bit. While leaving room for potential elevation of the franchise. Look, many of the titles we love today began their journey in the middle market. Grand Theft Auto, Elder Scrolls, Mass Effect, hell, even if you're an inveterate, frat fuck on a perpetual Heineken IV drip, Call of Duty began as a middle market title, people. The first entry in the Witcher series emerged from the middle market, and just one game later, as betrayed by the irrational hype and bullet time bedecked, teaser trailers, guess what? It's triple fucking A now. There's a reason minor league baseball has multiple levels, Rageaholics, allowing our industry to disintegrate before our eyes into the banal binary beast we see before us today is like the New York Yankees doing away with triple and double A development. You'd be taking 18-year-olds straight out of high school and plopping them into Yankee pinstripes. It doesn't fucking work. Look, it's great that Grand Theft Auto 5 was able to break more records than a portable turntable, but the greater the sales, the greater the size, and the heftier the higher end of the industry becomes, the more strain it places on an underclass indie market that is selling plasma to pay the freight. Indian middle markets serve as pillars, supporting the man-tittied AAA fat asses swilling lard in the cloud city above. And think about it. If the middle pillars are gone, and the huts dwelling above continue to balloon in fucking size, well, shit, we've all played Final Fantasy VII. What happens next? How's Lower Midgar hanging these days? I think this is where Cloud's supposed to say ... folks. I'm RazörFist. God fucking speed.